Okay, it is Monday and today we're going to be doing a new writing vlog. It's gonna be a little bit more of a revising vlog than actual writing because I'm gonna go through and make some tweaks to my opening pages of my game book. And then also working on my query and synopsis just to kind of get all that stuff ready and kind of go from there. I am probably also going to be covering me brainstorming, plotting my next idea because once I like wrap up this revision, I'm gonna set it aside for a while and then probably work on something else. And because I just like can't not be working on something. Even if I'm not writing every day, I can't not work on something, I guess. So I need to have something ready for me to jump into. And I know I've mentioned a couple of other projects in my vlogs, but I don't know if I've mentioned this one. So the way my brain kind of works is I know I did that brainstorming vlog, and it's not that that's not that project, because I have to brainstorm something and then let it sit for a while, and I like go back and forth to tweaking it and stuff. And so I have a bunch of different projects at different stages, and they're all at different levels of outlined and brainstormed. This one I've been noodling on for a lot longer. So this is like the next one in the queue, if that makes any kind of sense. Also, because the book I'm querying right now is fantasy, the book I'm wrapping up right now, revisions with, is also fantasy. The next book I'm going to be working on is going to be a middle grade horror. I'm also going to be probably noodling on my young adult thriller or young adult horror. I'm really not sure which project I'm going to work on next. I'm thinking over the next, once I put the middle grade game book aside for a little bit, I think I'm going to be writing the middle grade horror, but also brainstorming and like writing out a detailed synopsis and kind of stuff for my other YA book. I don't know, but that's kind of where we are right now, and I guess we'll just kind of see how it goes. That's my plan. We'll see, and I guess let's just kind of get started. Okay, so one of my CPs got through my first couple chapters, and I'm going through her edits right now, and a lot of them are pretty minor, so that's exciting. But there are a couple of changes I do need to make, so I'm gonna be doing that, and yeah, they're mostly just like little like line edity things and then going back and fixing things that I forgot to change. So yeah. Okay, well, those changes I was able to make actually really fast, and now I'm done. That's weird, but I am done. So before I like officially set this aside, I am gonna read through it again, and then kind of see if there's anything else I need to adjust before I like set it aside, come up with a plan for other things, and yeah. Hey y'all, it's Thursday now, which means I haven't updated y'all in a while. Excuse my messy shelves. Let's see. So I finished my revisions on Monday, I think. Now I've just been working on plotting out my new book. So I've been mostly just kind of like coming up with ideas, brainstorming and stuff. This is a book that has been, I don't remember how much of it I've explained already in this vlog, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. But so this is an idea. It's a middle grade horror, and it's an idea that I've been like noodling on for a while, which means I'm almost ready to start writing it, and I'm really excited to start writing it. But it was originally kind of like a mashup of something else, and I realized that they're two separate ideas, and I'm currently like unentangling them. And this one is gonna be set in Boston, so I'm really excited because then I get to dive back into like my spooky fall, like crisp autumn nights, boots, all the kind of stuff in this book, and so I'm really excited. It's like the perfect timing for it, so I think it should be fun. And this book is gonna be different than my others, but so I don't know, I haven't really said that much about this project, but I love reading like ghost books, but I prefer to write monsters. So mine's going to be a monster like thing. That's the scary part. And I'm really excited to kind of play with that. So the stage that I'm in right now is I've been brainstorming things. I came up with a really fun kind of character arc thing ish, but also plot to include in this book. And so right now I'm at the stage of my book where where I'm going through and using my Excel spreadsheet to plot it. So I already have a couple of different things in here, and I've added in a couple of others that I hadn't planned on. So it's kind of like a locked room-ish situation. And I was initially gonna just have my main character end up there, like, not alone, but like go there alone, if that makes sense, and then not know the other people there. But I have this idea for a new first scene, like an opening scene, and I think it's gonna be at a sleepover, so I'm thinking maybe I'll have it be 2 people, have her and her friend end up going there. I'm still kind of playing with the idea, but I'm really excited about it because it has like all this like, I don't know if lore is like the right word, like all of this like background stories of this monster and like what it does and that kind of stuff. And so I'm really excited, and I've been playing with it right now. So I kind of have a few things plotted out, and that's kind of what I've been doing the rest of the day. So I guess I'll update y'all whenever I do something. Yeah, now it's Friday, and I have been brainstorming still. This book is weird because normally when I'm like brainstorming and plotting and stuff, I know the beginning and I know the midpoint. And sometimes I have like a vague idea of the end, but for this one, I know the beginning and then I know the end. And I'm still trying to figure out the midpoint. So it's really weird. It's a different process for me this time, and I don't know how I feel about it yet. But that's just kind of what I've been thinking about today. I'm trying to pin down a solid midpoint. I have an idea of something that the main character will learn at the midpoint, but it's not a full scene yet, and I'm still trying to figure it out. So, yeah. By the end of October, which again I think is doable for me because I really underwrite things, and it's middle grade and it's horror, so it should be a relatively shorter word count. So I'm excited, but I also don't want to burn myself out, and I'm also not a plotter. I plotted my last project, but that was the first time I really plotted something, and that was the best that's the best any of them have turned out in a first draft. So that was exciting, but I'm still getting used to doing that and getting like the hang of doing that well. So yeah. I guess we will see how that goes. I'm gonna keep trying to brainstorm ideas. Right now, I'm struggling. I normally plot it out in my spreadsheet, my Excel spreadsheet, and for some reason that's just not working for me right now for this project. I'm trying to, I know the vague bean. I know the vague like structure of the book, like the beginning, a little bit of the middle, and then like where we get to in the end. But I'm having a hard time coming up with things that go in the middle, and that's not usually something that I struggle with this much. So that's definitely different for me in this project, which makes me think that maybe I need to try brainstorming in a different way. I've tried using my Pinterest list a bit, my Pinterest boards list. But I've been doing that a little bit, which has helped. But I think I need to like write this out, like do some hand brainstorming. So with some like fun markers or pens and stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna play around with that, and I'm probably gonna wrap it up here for the day, and I will let y'all know tomorrow how that goes. We'll see. Okay, bye. Okay, so I have my notepad or clipboard. Can I talk? Probably not. And I'm gonna do some more brainstorming by hand. Have I already worn this flannel in this vlog? I have no idea. I guess that's just what happens when you work from home. So I'm trying to be comfy. And yeah, so I got my pens and highlighters and stuff, and we're going to just kind of brainstorm some middle of the book plot ideas. Or maybe I should just dive in and write. I'm gonna do this for a little bit. So one thing that I've noticed that I've been doing for a lot of my projects is I brainstorm for it, then I finally get to a spot where I'm like, okay, I can write this. And then I write about the first act, at least to the inciting incident. And then I'm like, okay, let's stop here. And then I brainstorm again. And then sometimes I rewrite that. It might not be completely new stuff, but I'll retype everything out, and then I'll continue on through the book. So that might just be what I end up doing here. I'm sorry if you can hear Bean playing with his toy in the background. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. And I guess I'll just kind of catch y'all up once I like brainstorm a little bit more. We'll see. I'm going to put on Big Brother because I'm really into Big Brother right now. While I do this is like, it's not games or puzzles, but I guess kind of puzzles in this horror mind. I don't know. Obviously I haven't completed the middle yet, so we'll see. But I'm gonna put on Big Brother while I brainstorm. So completely unrelated, but I just put on Big Brother, and it is my favorite challenge, which would also give me probably the most stress if I was actually in the Big Brother house. But it's the challenge, if anyone actually watches Big Brother, let me know. But it's the challenge where you have the like card with your name on it and you hide it in the house. Then you go through one by one, everyone hides it, and then you go through one by one trying to find other people's. So yeah. Okay, so I still haven't done that much. I am having let's try to fix this real quick. I am having a hard time brainstorming this book. I'm wondering if that means I need to pause and work on a different book. I don't know, what do I do? Okay, so I feel like I have no idea how I'm gonna cut this video together yet, because it is, what day is it? It is Wednesday, so I think it's the 29th, and I still haven't really done anything for my new project. I mentioned this in my last clip, but again, don't know if I'm gonna include it. I'm gonna also make this clip short because my building is testing the fire alarms all week, and it's loud. You might be able to hear it, and I'm sorry, so I'm gonna make this quick. I haven't done anything yet. I keep kind of brainstorming. I don't know if I'm gonna work on this project. I'm trying to get ready so that I can do, I wanna do Nano, but I might end up doing it in October. I don't know, but yeah, so I'm hoping by the end of today, because at least by October, I need to know what project I'm working on. So I wanna know by the end of today, and I will update you later because this fire alarm is getting really too loud. Okay, so the fire alarms have finally stopped. It's pretty late in the day now, and it's also getting dark because, again, no ceiling lights. This vlog is a mess, and I'm so sorry. I haven't worked on my project. Why? There's really no good reason. But I think I'm realizing that there's a different project that I'm really wanting to brainstorm. And I'm thinking if I let myself brainstorm that project, maybe it'll let me be able to move on from it and dive back into this horror. But this is a project that has been in my mind for a while. I just wasn't planning on writing it because it's a fantasy. It's a middle grade fantasy. And it just, for a while, it didn't feel like it made sense to work on another middle grade fantasy when I was querying a middle grade fantasy and I was wrapping up revisions on a new middle grade fantasy. But because if I were to get an agent with that, it's just like the timeline just like it just doesn't make sense to keep writing middle grade fantasies. I need to do something different. But I think what I'm realizing, but I'm wrapping up querying the first middle grade fantasy. It's contemporary fantasy, the one set in Boston. And then soon I'll be querying this new one, which means I do need another middle grade fantasy in the works. So I think it's actually going to be okay if I at least plot it out, work on a synopsis, brainstorm a bit, and kind of just let myself have fun with it. This year has been a good writing year for me. Last year, with like the start of the pandemic, not so much, didn't really get much done at all. I kept starting projects, writing them, and then I'd realize, oh, this doesn't work, so I need to do something completely different. And this year I have already like finished and revised 2 books, middle grade books, so again, shorter word count, but I think I want to have fun with this next one too. The horror is fun, but it's not fun right now, and I think I want to make sure that I'm having fun writing when I still can. Like, not that it's gonna not be fun later on, but I don't have any deadlines. I don't have any contracted works. I don't have anything that I like have to get done. So I kind of feel like this is the time to kind of experiment with stuff, have fun, play around with different ideas. And this last book that I just finished doing my revisions for was a book that I had kept putting off for a while because I felt like I wasn't ready to write it. I felt like it was too difficult of a book, too many things I wanted to do in the book that I was like, I don't think I can pull that off yet. I'm just not a good enough writer. And then I ended up putting it off. I wrote the book that I'm querying, and then I've written this other book. And it pushed me in, I think, a lot of really good ways. And that's how I'm also feeling about this other new middle grade fantasy project. That I don't know if I'm ready to do it, but I think it'll be kind of fun to push myself to try to do something that's different. This book is a heist. So it's been in my mind for a while, probably over a year now. It's almost October. So over a year now. And I do have like a vague idea of the plot already. I do have it like kind of outlined. That was before I started outlining, so more like I have it brainstormed, don't have it outlined. But I think I'm going to play with that a little bit before I decide what project I'm going to actually start working on, so yeah. And with that, I realized I never actually signed off, so this is me signing off for now. Thanks for joining me in this very, very messy writing vlog, but I finally have a solid idea of what I'm going to work on, so I'm very excited. And I guess, yeah, I will catch y'all later. Bye!